River Road, you got me running way back home. River Road, you got me running all night long. You got me singing some canal boat song. River Road, you got me running all night long.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Niner Nuts. I'm Dan here along with James. James, say hello.
What's up, Niner Nation?
And we're here, guys. It's our Friday episode, which means Jimmy B is going to be coming out here to give us some interesting bets. But before we do that, guys, we're taping this on the 14th and literally breaking while we were taping 3 minutes ago. We want to acknowledge on the top before we get into our actual planned episode that we did see that the Ravens announced the passing of one of their former players, Alex Collins, former Seahawk as well, just 28 years old. We do not know anything outside of the fact that he has passed. Official Ravens Twitter page confirmed it. We're not going to say anything, or because we don't really know that much about what happened. So just our hearts are with the Collins family, and we wanted to acknowledge that. Yes, we did hear the news, and we're still here to bring you the show that we had planned on, but it would just be inappropriate of us to not at least acknowledge that that this has happened. James, anything you want to add on to there?
Yeah, this is just so you know, guys. This happened right as the end of taping Wednesday show, so we just heard about it now. We want to extend our condolences to the Ravens, to the Seahawks, to Alex Collins. Life is bigger than rivalries, and our heart goes out to all those affected by his death, especially his family.
Yeah, absolutely. Just rest in peace. Yeah, like I said, we just wanted to take the top of the show here to acknowledge that. But with that said, now with our heavy hearts, we're still here to entertain you, and we're still here to give you a little bit of insight into the gambling world, thanks to our expert, Mr. Jimmy B. Jimmy B, what do you got for us this week? You always come in with something interesting, some interesting hot take, some cool long shots, as you do every single week. So lay it on us. What do you got for this week?
So this week I wanted to talk about long shot MVP odds. You can find these at DraftKings. There's two specific ones that I like. Trevor Lawrence in his second year under Doug Peterson. We all know what Carson Wentz did in his second year under Doug Peterson, and that's basically have an MVP year. And so Trevor Lawrence is a sneaky plus 1,800 bet to win the MVP right now. I think a second year in Dougie P's offense, an upgraded receiver room with Calvin Ridley. I think they could be going places. They could end up deep into a playoff run. And if it's going to be because of anybody, it's going to be because of Trevor Lawrence. He was one of the best prospects ever to come out of college football. And I think he has what it takes, to execute Dougie P's offense very much like Carson Wentz did in his second year. But as you know, Carson Wentz really wasn't that great of a quarterback once he got injured. He got into his mindset. But Dougie P can make a quarterback out of an orange and two toothpicks. And that's my take on that one. We'll start there. Dan, what do you think about that?
I think there is that ceiling. I think that it's reasonable for Jacksonville to believe that should be the ceiling for them. They went out of their way and pulled off at the time way too early trade for Calvin Ridley, but by all accounts he's doing just fine in training camp. His ceiling could be supplanting Christian Kirk as the number one, if not really Christian Kirk was like a number two in Arizona. If you have two top flight, best guys on the JV, but not quite starters, I mean, that's still not a bad passing attack to have. He's got ETN to work with. They just signed Evan Ingram to a contract. and he did just fine. It was a terrible division, but let's just take that as it's the first year. Everybody's getting the taste of Urban Meyer out of their mouth. There's no reason to think it's not the sky's not the limit for Trevor Lawrence. I think that's a really good sneaky pick for MVP. He's clearly got the character. He's clearly got the right mindset, especially after how night and day it must have been going from his rookie year to his second year. He had the exact opposite of a sophomore slump. He won the division after being the laughing stock of the league. I mean, not individually as a whole team, but no, I think that's a really, really good pick. And you're right. Doug Peterson definitely he was in the running for coach of the year last year. Did we have full ballots? Did he get any votes for coach of the year? I don't remember. Oh, muted.
Drink, everybody. I don't have full ballots on it, but I know he was one of the candidates to win, being that they were the favorite to end up last in the division, and they ended up first, which you heard right here on Jimmy B's long shots last year, plus 700 for the Jaguars to win the division. That was one thing that I was going at. I was saying they'd get 9 wins, and they got 9 wins and won the division. So
I get why Dable won coach of the year. I honestly do. But man, like, yeah, it was we talked about before, like Dable, Shanahan, and Doug. Man, Doug had a really good case for coach of the year last year. Now that we're like autopsying it, like, man, he really he had a really good case for coach of the year.
Yes, he did. He did. He's had 2 real good years where he deserved coach of the year honors. 2017 with the Eagles and their miraculous run, and then last year with the Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence. And
it should be their division to lose going into this
year.
I think you're a fool for thinking otherwise. That's not Jacksonville's to lose. Sorry, Colts fans. I know I live here, but no, if we as Colts Nation want to win the division, we gotta beat Jacksonville. And Jacksonville I'm agreeing with you. I think Trevor Lawrence, we should expect him to be playing like he wants to win MVP. I don't see why he won't.
Yeah, exactly. And I think he's a good sneaky bet at plus 1,800. So the next sneaky bet, I think I like Justin Fields at plus 2,500, which is better odds than what Jalen Hurts had at this time last year. And we all saw the leap that Jalen Hurts made. If Justin Fields can make even a remotely smaller, even if he makes just a smaller leap than what he did last year and becomes just a decent passer. I mean, we know what he can do with his legs. He ran for 175 yards in one game, broke the QB rushing record in one game that had been like 100 years old or something like that.
What his total was like 1,100 for the year, wasn't it?
I'm not really sure. I didn't even look that up.
11. It was 11 or 12. It was some stupid. A quarterback should not be rushing that much. Hold on. Are you Googling too?
No, I am not Googling.
Okay. I took you off my screen because I was actually trying to. I think this didn't click the right thing. I don't think. Is that season totals? Yeah. 1,143 and 8 touchdowns. That was his rushing. That's better than most starting running backs last year.
Yes.
It's stupid how much he rushed last year. But no, I think that's it's going to be on Matt Eberflus to put him over the edge, though. It looked like their new GM was setting up the right pieces, making their defense better so the offense can get back on the field. It was just a screen pass to DJ Moore, but DJ Moore already with his athleticism looked like he's going to be like a go-to fantasy pickup. Like how much Justin is going to lean on him. Like if he could take a screen pass as far as he did for a touchdown, like, dude, the sky's the limit. He will be a very good fantasy pickup. I'll put it that way.
Well,
I don't know if I'd pick him over Trevor Lawrence. I think I'd pick Trevor Lawrence as my long shot still versus Justin Fields, but is Justin Fields in for one hell of a season? I could be.
I mean, if he
that
passes,
division's wide open in the North.
I mean, if he passes for 3,000 yards and rushes for 1,000, that's, what Lamar Jackson did in his MVP season. So if he were to do that again, 3,000 some odd yards plus 1,000 yards rushing, if he does, 10 touchdowns rushing and maybe, 20, passing, that's 30 touchdowns. Like, that's an MVP caliber season. And I think he could do it. I really think he could make the leap next year. And I've been one of those guys that's been very, very hard on Ohio State quarterbacks, but I may be turning the tune on Justin Fields. And I think he does look like he has the potential. He looks like he has the drive. He wants to get better. And I think he's doing everything that he can to get better. And so that's sort of where that's why I like him, plus 2,500 means 25-1, $10 gets you $250, which is not a bad laydown versus the reward. So, that's why I sort of, look to the plus 2,500 area, and I look to Justin Fields.
I would love to. My dad was a massive Bears fan, and he was like you, totally wrote off Justin Fields. He was not excited for this season. And I told him, I know I told him at least once. I wish I could tell him one more time, just like, dude, like, this year could be a really good year. Like, don't write him off yet. He's different. Like, so now it's on you, Justin, to prove that you're not like any other Ohio State quarterback that just washes out after a couple of years. I think, and I'm with you, I think he is. I would take the Trevor pick over Justin personally, but there is a good case, like you just laid out, that Justin Fields is a really intriguing sleeper pick. That's what I'll say, intriguing. But as a second pick behind Trevor Lawrence, no, it's not a bad pick. He definitely plays like Lamar, who did win MVP. So
yeah, and that's sort of my take on it. I don't have any other bets this week, but you can find those bets at DraftKings, so check them out. Also, if you're looking for the sickest retro jerseys on the market, look no further than Royal Retros, the king of throwbacks, the one-stop shop for all your throwback needs. Use promo code Shady Sports and save 10% off your order today. And if you have DraftKings, you can also sign up for Waiver Wire. And do you wish you could buy and sell your bets like stocks? Then go to Wager Wire and track all your bets from all your sports books and get the best price for your payout. Use promo code DBrownie710 if you like Dan's picks, or if you're a Jimmy B fan, use BrayJames5 and get matches and bonuses from syncing your books. Check out Wager Wire today.
Is you mispronouncing a word on our drinking bingo card?
It might have to be.
I didn't want to be that guy and like, you mispronounced a lot of words, man. But like after that little tumble, I need to look at the board. Listeners, I'm accepting X into my life now that we're in football season. I promised James I was going to make a private one like for us, but I was on Twitter. I saw what the bingo card was. I don't have it in front of me, but that just came to mind. I say it in a loving and joking manner, but but yes, I think I don't know. I'll have to reevaluate the bingo card once I get back on Twitter, I guess.
Right.
Are we going to stand and not remove that bird unless we're told otherwise, by the way? Because I think we should keep that bird and stand against X.
Sure. Why not? I'm with you.
That's my crusade. You have a very special crusade that we are tackling together. My crusade is to keep that stupid bird.
Yes. And guys, if you want to know about the crusade, well, like we've said in the previous episodes this week, last week, 2 very bad stories about 2 owners came out, and the NFL knew about it months and even years before the news came out. And these are serious accusations. One is very serious. The minority owner of the Texans was charged formally with criminal charges of, 1 count or 6 counts of sexual assault. We won't talk about all the ones, but one was first degree, and it was a very serious offense. The NFL knew about that for 3 months and didn't say anything until Mike Florio of ProFootballTalk.com broke the story. And the next thing we have to say, Jed York, that's what I wanted to say. Stumbled over a word, drink. Jed York was found, has a lawsuit against him, civil lawsuit, but he made $1.4 million by selling his stock right before a very bad news article came out about the company that he was the board of directors for. And the NFL knew about that for 2 years. Allegedly, we'll have to say. But if you watch our episode on Jed York, you'll understand why we say that. Just because Dan Snyder put out a blackmail PowerPoint in 2021, and the Forbes magazine article came out right before the blackmail PowerPoint was presented. So we can reasonably say that the NFL knew about it for 2 years and didn't say anything about that either. And the reason why this is a problem is because if it was a player who did these things, we'd hear about it the very next day. And so we are trying to bring accountability to NFL owners. That's why we have started a campaign that owner standards are less than player standards, and we need owner accountability. # owner accountability. And you can find our shirts right here at bonfire.com. We have owner standards right here, guys. Yeah, right here at bonfire.com.
Didn't mean to jump the gun on the design there.
Dan's going to put up the designs. Our first one is our activist shirt, owner standards less than player standards, # owner accountability. That starts at $229. All the money goes from these campaigns goes to a Kentucky crisis center. All the proceeds. We have our brand new Niner Nuts logo. That's right, a brand new Niner Nuts logo that we're releasing. $22.99 for that shirt as well. That's what it starts at. You can get it in crew necks and other things as well. Our next shirt is our Niner Nuts print with our names and our logo. So check that out. That's a special shirt. We have our podcast art for Niner Nuts. Again, all these t-shirts start at $2.99. And our last one is the owner's standoff shirt, which was exclusive to the Dan Snyder campaign, but now we have brought it back for the Kentucky Crisis Center. So guys, get a sick shirt and donate to a good cause. That's what we're about. We don't want you to just give your donation and not get anything for it. We want you to have awesome t-shirts, and that's why we have done it this way.
Yeah, this is just one of those things, or two of these things that are just bigger than football. And we had a lot of great interviews last year, and life happened, so we couldn't quite do as many interviews as we did last year. But we're really hitting hard, trying to make some money for charity. Like, again, these are not for us. The shirts are beautiful. James, you have a couple of them. I have the owner's shirt. My fiance, I'm buying her a couple of the shirts, buying myself a couple of the shirts too. They are fantastic quality if you are concerned about that. And then, yeah, like we keep reiterating, proceeds are going to charity. These are not for us. The only thing that we really want to do for you guys is entertain you. And just as much, we want to thank Shady Sports for allowing us. We need to get more in a habit of shouting Sam out as many times as possible.
Sam, this is what we do. We definitely thank you for taking a chance on us. We definitely we'll do everything not to disappoint you in that. And this is just a part of us and who we do. We believe there are things in life that are bigger than football. And we try to take those things on. And, we're not afraid of NFL owners. We're not afraid to put stuff out there and raise money for a charity. We want to do good in this world. We need to do good in this world. I'm a very firm believer in Jesus, as you can see, and I believe that we should care for those who are suffering, who are hurting, and if it's in the Texans minority owners case, if they're doing something like that, then we need to definitely reach out to that community, because the victim was in Kentucky. So we're reaching out to that community and trying to raise money for one of their crisis centers, or we're looking to maybe do it as the whole sexual assault nonprofit organization that they have there. So we haven't linked up with anybody yet, and don't worry, even if we don't, we will make a donation to them. We want to see if we can maybe get them on and sort of talk about how things are when it comes to these things. So look out for that. If we can make that happen, we'll definitely bring that to you. But yeah, life is bigger than sports. And Jesus said, take care of the sick, the weary, the poor, the hungry, and those who are suffering. And yeah, love all. So
absolutely. Before, honestly, I'm looking at the time. I'm cool. You don't have any more bets. I'm cool if we end this a little short. I do want to, though. I'm not saying this for padding. I want to end with a little bit of a chipper note after some heavy topics we talked about, because I neglected to call this out in our last 2 episodes this week. I saved it for Friday. James, you remember I just have the acronym. Do you have the full name in front of you? I do not want to credit these guys incorrectly. But
so let me pull them up.
Yeah, listeners and viewers, since you can actually see this if you're watching us on YouTube or one of the video platforms that we're on.
So the Twitter handle FF Mike Cash at FF Mike Cash did a giveaway where he was giving away a free Jerry Rice card for retweeting, liking, and supporting his podcast. And there it is. Thank you, FF Mike Cash, for that. We really appreciate it. I was the actual one who entered in the contest, but I'm not a diehard 49ers fan, and I know.
Yeah, thank you for putting my address for the claiming. So
absolutely, Dan. I mean, it's a Jerry Rice card.
It's going right up here for every episode from now on. I moved my little mouse over, and Jerry is going to go right up there next to. Who's that? Is that next to Jimmy G in my helmet? It's going to be sitting right up there for the remainder of episodes, at least with this current setup I have, which won't change for at least a year because of my lease.
Yeah. So guys, like, we want to support creators. So if you're a creator, reach out to us. You can get us at Twitter at Niner Nuts. And reach out to us there. That's where we're most active. We also are active on TikTok, so follow us there as well. But we want to reach out to the Twitter community and creators. And if you're looking for a voice, a platform, or anything like that to get your causes out, or just want exposure of your podcast, we're here for you. We will talk, and we will try to get you on. We love giving support to other creators. That's why we follow other creators. That's why we subscribe to their YouTube channels. Because we just want to be a part of the Twitter community that is creators. And we thank you for allowing us in. And we want to do whatever we can for you as well.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Definitely not quite the episode that we were planning on doing this week, but hopefully we were entertaining for you still while talking about some heavy stuff. We're going to be back next week. Our game next week, actually, just to put it out there, still didn't bookmark this. Can I chew gum and walk at the same time? Nope.
Every time Dan Googles something, that should be a drinking thing, but we should put that out there.
No, here we go. Here's the schedule. It is Bay Area time, so I'm going to do that retiming in my head. I hope that's on SeatGeek. That's fine. Our next preseason game, we are going to be at home in Levi Stadium, Saturday, October 19th, 5 days from when we're taping this. So all of you watching this tomorrow, tomorrow at 5:30, I believe that's East Coast time, we'll be playing the Denver Broncos at home in Santa Clara, California. That's going to be exciting. Russell Wilson coming back. We all know what happened last time. We played those stupid Broncos and Russell Wilson. Don't get me started. But yeah, we'll be covering that game next week. And yeah, we're part of this new format that we're working on with Shady Sports. Episodes coming out Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Yeah, that's all I got, James. Any last words?
No, guys. I still think John Lynch is not a great GM. Outro music, River Road, Justin Muth.
We'll see you Tuesday. Beat the Broncos.
River Road, you got me running way back home. River Road, you got me running all night long. You got me singing some canal boat song. River Road, you got me running.